First of all, that was an absolutely remarkable match.
Thank you.
You should be extremely proud of yourself. I imagine you are. And the emotions on that court after the match, just talk about that moment.
As I said in a post-match interview, it's one of those matches that you will remember for the rest of your life. Not just because you won against one of the best players that ever played this game at that occasion, but as well, coming back from match points down and under the circumstances, playing good tennis and winning in the end, the thriller, So I am very proud of myself, and there's a lot of emotions involved. Of course, I was too exhausted to show them in the end, but it's been a fantastic semifinal.
Do you have anything left in the gas in the tank?
Well, I have to. It's finals of the Grand Slam. I've been in this situation before in 2007, so I'm more experienced than Rafa. but it's gonna be definitely a tough one. Rafa is playing fantastic tennis, and he's gonna be very motivated to win his title, because that's the only title he hasn't won in majors.
Novak, no one's ever going to forget a crucial victory in the Australian Open, but do you think this result today, in the circumstances, the match, the player, the opponent, the way you played, is almost as important to you as winning a Grand Slam?
Well, I can compare. I think I can compare the feeling with winning a major after I have won this kind of match. But still one match to come. I have to try to stay stable and cold as much as I can. After such a big win, it's hard because you're so happy, but you're playing tomorrow finals of major against the best player in the world, and you want to give your best. And anything I have left, I will leave to the court tomorrow, and then I hope luck will be on my side.
You say you're exhausted. How tired are you?
I am tired. There's no secret about that. For 4 sets I've been quite okay, and then 5th set was very intensive mentally and physically, and took a lot out of me, but in the end it's just a remarkable win, and I'm sure I will find the strength to give my best tomorrow in the court.
Novak, you were beaten by Roger the last 3 years. Semis and the finals. What did you learn from those matches that you applied tonight?
I had to take the chances when I was down match points. I don't know. To be honest, every match we have played was so close, and that's why he's the best player that ever played this game, because he always plays his best tennis in the most important moments, and it was almost the case again today. I got a little bit nervous in the end of the 1st and 3rd set. That's why I lost those sets. But anything except that, I think I played overall a great game, fighting really and being aggressive when I had chance, and defending well. I just knew I have to be patient and not lose my emotions too much, because that was the case in the past where I was losing the momentum with him. He uses that nervousness of the opponent, he feels it, and today I kind of closed my eyes on the forehands and the match points and just went for the shots. And I was lucky. This is the edge that you always have when you're playing a top player. Two top guys are playing against each other, and there is not much difference, to be honest, and I knew that before the match very few points will decide the winner.
The crowd seemed to bother you a bit, I think, in the 3rd set when you were serving 5-6. How difficult was it to concentrate, to keep your focus with that sort of volume?
Crowd was okay actually throughout the whole match. They were enjoying, and for me, being a part of such a great match is of course even more pleasing, and entertainment-wise, I think they had a lot of fun as well. Aside great tennis, and there are these moments when they support one guy, then support the other guy, so there were ups and downs, and you feel a little stressed when you're 5-6 down and serving, and they wanted Roger to win this set, and then I got more support towards the end of the match. So it's normal, you get some people on your side, some people on your opponent's side.
Can you just walk us through what you think you'll do for the next few hours? Do you have massage, ice bath, the food? What
No,
do you
just
expect?
having popcorn, watching TV, relaxing. Yeah, I will do anything that comes up to your mind legally, recovery-wise. I will do it. I cannot go to the details too much. Emotional recovery with my girlfriend and a couple of things that I cannot talk about. It's not what you think. I know what you think.
No, but seriously, some things you don't want to talk about because you don't want to give away your training secrets, or?
Yeah, well, everybody has his own private things that he does off the court, and just not for public, I guess. But definitely, I will have to do a lot of recovery because it's been an exhausting match, and I have to be ready in less than 20 hours.
Willie?
You mentioned that Federer is the greatest player ever. Nadal is going also for a career Grand Slam. He's younger than Federer. He has a better head-to-head record than Federer. In your mind, what are the chances that someday Nadal will be called the greatest player ever?
I give him a big chance. I think already he's one of the best ever because he has won Olympic gold medal, he has won Davis Cup, he has won every major except this one, and so many tournaments, and he has the record of 1,000 events as well. And he's still only 24 years old, so it's just incredible what he has done so far in his career, and he's still a great champion and a great person of the court. So it's a big challenge for both of us. Obviously, there's a lot else on stake. For him to win a career slam, and for me to win another Grand Slam title. And in finals, it's very unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen.
Just a follow-up on the question about the atmosphere here. How hard is it when people are screaming between the points and also after you missed your first serve?
Well, it's hard, but you just have to adjust to it. You just have to accept it the way it is, and it's the semifinals of a Grand Slam. You're playing a fan favorite here, and a player that has been so successful, and you're under pressure, and obviously it's not easy coping with all these things, but to be able to overcome that in the end, it's thrilling.
How do you think it will be tomorrow playing against Nadal? That's something.
I can expect the full stadium. Definitely, it's going to be a fantastic feeling, regardless who they support. Just being part of the final in the biggest stadium of the sport is amazing.
There's rain in the forecast for tomorrow. How much do you think that's going to help you?
Really? I don't know the rituals how to invite the rain. Yeah, I don't know. An extra day would be great, actually.
Were you surprised to see Federer losing the sets 2 and 4 so easily?
I think it was me playing well more, and I was making him play a lot of shots and was making mistakes, but I was playing really well in those 2 sets.
Novak, late in the 5th, you're facing match points, you're at the edge. Once again, you survive, you manage to go on. Just take us through that game, and then did that somehow give you some kind of momentum or confidence deep into it?
I just, after I saved the match points, which I explained you already, just closing my eyes and hitting as hard as I can, I really tried to stay calm and not let my emotions take over, and just hold the serve. That game, it was very important, against a player like that, you don't want to give him another chance, another match point, because he's going to use it. So I managed to serve out well and play some good shots, and when I held that game, then I felt a big relief. Even though it's 4 or 5-all in the 5th, I still felt a relief because I was 15-40 down.
Scott? Novak,
You said that Federer is the best player ever, greatest player ever. I'd like to know what you think about the fact that he lost with match points many times. With Safin in Australia, with Gasquet in Monte Carlo, with Nadal in Rome, with you today, with Berdic, and
in juniors, under 18. Come on, really.
No, I just want to know if you think that he's playing a little too safe. I mean,
No.
In those moments.
No, I don't think so, because these are just it's a minority of the matches that he has lost comparing to the matches that he has won, in those situations. I mean, he's the player that is mentally very, very strong, and he plays aggressive tennis. He risks a lot, and he takes the chances. Okay, maybe it hasn't been the case today, but generally, I mean, come on, 16, 17, I don't know how many majors, definitely has been playing well when he needed to. So.
A few more questions in English.
Novak,
Scott?
you won over the crowd clearly by the end of the performance.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going against the greatest player. You're going against your own record with Roger here. Is there any way that you're sort of fighting also this feeling from the crowd and everyone wanting Rafa and Fed in the final? And was that an extra opponent, I guess, for you today? Did you have to fight through that?
To be honest with you, I haven't thought about that too much, because my priority is to perform as best as I can and find a way to beat my opponent. And in that case, today I was really doing well tactics-wise, and just holding my nerves. I did have some emotional flows here and there, but generally I was very stable and focused, and even though I was set down and 2-1 down, I was coming back and playing some good tennis. So I'm sorry for all the ones who wanted to see Roger and Rafa in the final, but I really didn't think about that too much, and I'm sure we're going to have a great final tomorrow as well.
Candy?
Novak, after you saved those 2 match points, you hit your heart with your racket. Is that the best you've ever played when match point down?
Under the circumstances and that stage of the tournament against the player, probably, yeah, one of the most memorable and best moments that I had in the match points. Yeah.
What's the difference between the Novak Djokovic at the Wimbledon semi-final and the one today?
No, Djokovic at Wimbledon was too defensive and stupid on the court, and the one today was just playing the way he should, aggressive and serving well and taking the chances. And in Wimbledon, I wasn't taking the chances, Of course, credit to my opponent Berdy. He has played remarkably well the whole tournament. But when I had the chances, I was too passive, and that's why I lost the match.
Novak, your coach cannot be here doing that. Strangely enough, quite a lot of players have won tournaments without their coach.
Mm-hmm.
Does it change anything for you, your state of mind on the court, not to have a coach watching you from the stand?
Well, it's unfortunate, to be honest, because I always want him to be a part of my team, regardless which tournament I play, because his support is great, and we've been not just player-coach relations. We didn't have a relationship of player-coach. We had kind of father and son relationship in years that we worked together. Because of the private problems, he had to go back, but still, we are in touch every day, and he's so happy to see me doing well. I don't know him.
Novak, can you describe the combination of facing Roger Federer in the semifinal and then Rafa Nadal in the final, and what winning those 2 matches would signify to you?
Well, it's still far for me to say that I can put myself in a thought as a champion here, because I have Nadal across my net, who is extremely motivated and playing great tennis this year and serving really well. He hasn't, I think, lost a set all tournament, and so definitely he's going to give his best, and we're going to have a lot of long rallies. So physically, it's going to be very requiring for me to be on the court, to be fit in order to have some chances. And I mean, it would be such a big success and achievement beating Roger in semis and then Nadal in finals. I cannot even describe it, but still not thinking about victory. I want to, take 1 point out of the time and see how it goes.
Novak, in all your head-to-head with Nadal, you're down 14-7, but all your 7 wins came on hard court. Do you consider yourself normally favorite when you play Nadal on hard court, if you are not tired? And this is going to be the first final for the Barbadillo di Palermo company.
Yeah, and yes, it's true that on hard court I do have my best chances against Rafa, but still, he's #1 of the world, and he's the one that is playing great tennis. So definitely rankings-wise or any other way looking at it, he's the favorite. So I cannot put myself in that spot, even though I have won many matches against him on hard courts. That is going to give me maybe some mental advantage a little bit, to be able to play as well as I did against him when we played on hard courts.
Novak, apologies for asking a question about Roger and Rafa, but I did want to ask that Roger obviously has the 16 slams and 23 straight semis, is widely accepted as the best of all time. Yet Rafa has a 14-7 record, it's great wins in finals and great wins recently. Where do you think the head-to-head rivalry plays into the discussion of who's the greatest of all time?
Well, I think it's a very complicated question for me, to be honest. At this time, sorry if I cannot answer really well, but stats and results tell you everything. I can say in one hand, as I told you, Roger, results-wise, is the best ever. But then you have Rafa, who has won Davis Cup and Olympic gold medal and all these things, and still very young and still have a lot of time to come. And he has a big chance to overcome any of the best ever players that play this game.
Okay. Last question in English.
Novak, when you were asked earlier about Rafa possibly becoming the greatest ever, and you spoke quite reverently about his accomplishments and so forth, and it's occurring to me that at 23 years of age, you yourself are somebody that there's a lot of great championships to be played, and with a victory tomorrow, your name belongs in there in this conversation about Roger and Rafa. And I just Roger himself said that people in the press conference, people that overlook you just don't know that much about tennis. And your thoughts on sort of the all these questions about Roger.
Yeah, well, it's normal. I mean, there are two best players in the world at this moment, and they are the 2 most dominant players in the last 5-6 years. So it's logical that people talk about them mostly, and they want to see them playing in the finals, and everybody talks about their rivalry, their matchups, their greatness of each player. It's just normal, for me, I don't think I've done bad in the last 3-4 years. Actually, I'm very happy with my achievements, but I am not kind of disappointed that the people are not talking about me more. It's just waiting for my moment to come, and I'm competing in an era of two greats, 2 players that are winning most of the majors, so it's not easy.
But you're not
if you know what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's true, but you're not 28, 29,
yeah.
In the twilight of your career, you're 23. There's still so much tennis to be played.
That's definitely, definitely many years more to come, and I look forward to it. I'm working hard on my game. I'm getting some things together, and hopefully on the court it's going to pay off.